Welcome to Making a Murderer, Rubberducky video channel. Thank you for joining me again today on the RD Making a Murderer Daily MaM reading. This is the CASO Investigative Reports, Part 110. Page 1001. Type of activity, identifying key to RAP4, date of activity 11/20/06, reporting officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. On 11/20/06, I, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, was asked by Investigator Mark Wiegert to connect the battery of the RAP4 and see if the Toyota key that was found in the bedroom of Steven Avery would start the RAP4. I retrieved property tag number 7620, the Toyota key, and also property tag number 9130, two keys to the locks, out of secure storage. I went out to the blue storage unit with Lieutenant Kelly Sipple. I unlocked the locks to the blue storage unit. I opened the blue storage unit at approximately 9:38 a.m. Lieutenant Sipple and myself put gloves on. At approximately 9:39 a.m., I opened the hood release and Lieutenant Sipple opened the hood of the motor vehicle. Lieutenant Sipple then placed the battery leads onto the battery. At approximately 9:43 a.m., I put the key into the ignition and turned the key. At approximately 9:45, I started the RAP4 using the key that was in evidence. At approximately 9:47 a.m., the battery was disconnected and the hood to the RAP4 was closed. I then secured the blue storage unit by placing the locks back on and locking the locks. The Toyota key and the keys to the blue storage unit were placed back into secure storage by myself, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1002. Type of activity, meeting with defense lawyers, date of activity 10/18/06 and 10/19/06. Reporting officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. On 10/18/06 and 10/19/06, I, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, along with Investigator Mark Wiegert, Special Agent Tom Fassbender, Deputy District Attorney Norm Gahn, Attorney Dean Strain, and Attorney Jerome Buting, met at the Sheriff's Department to view evidence. All items were in the custody of myself. All items were placed back into secure storage by myself, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1003. Type of activity, meeting with defense lawyers, date of activity 11/02/06, reporting officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. On 11/02/06, I, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, along with Special Agent Tom Fassbender, Deputy District Attorney Norm Gahn, Attorney Dean Strain, and Attorney Jerome Buting, met at the Sheriff's Department to view evidence. All items were in the custody of myself. All items were placed back into secure storage by myself, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1004. Type of activity, meeting with defense lawyers, date of activity 11/16/06, reporting officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. On 11/16/06, I, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, along with Investigator Mark Wiegert, Deputy District Attorney Norm Gahn, and Attorney Jerome Buting, met at the Sheriff's Department to view evidence. All items were in the custody of myself. All items were placed back into secure storage by myself, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1005. Type of activity, items sent to Crime Lab. Date of activity 11/30/06, reporting officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. On 11/30/06, I, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, was asked to send property tag number 8755, a letter found at the Green Bay Post Office, down to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab for testing. I went to the secure evidence portion of the evidence room and obtained the letter and placed it in an envelope. The envelope was sealed. A transmittal form from the Wisconsin State Crime Lab and also a cover letter stating what kind of analysis needed to be done on the letter was attached to the envelope. The envelope that was then mailed to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab using certified mail. Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1006. Type of activity, discrepancy in log, date of activity, Reporting Officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. After reviewing the evidence log of Hallbox Rab 4, it appears that I failed to have Sergeant Bill Tyson sign the evidence custody form for the Rab 4. However, on page 522 of this report, the time and dates that Sergeant Tyson was in custody of Hallbox Rab 4 are logged. Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1007. Type of activity: receipt of a letter from Andres Martinez. Date of activity: 12:05:06. Reporting Officer Investigator Mark Wiegert. On 12:05:06, I, Investigator Mark Wiegert of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, received a letter from Andres Martinez, who would be an inmate at Green Bay Correctional Institution. The letter was dated 12:04:06. The following will be the content of the letter. Dear Mr. Mark, due to no visit, I'm sorry to inform you that there's no possible way for me to help you with the truth in Miss Hallbox's case. I pray for her family to get justice they deserve. I feel sorry for not coming forward with what I know about Mr. Stephen A. I pray that you find good justice in this case. Just a note to tell you that I won't be coming forward to tell you what I have heard. Sorry, Andres. A copy of this letter will be included with this report. Investigator Mark Wiegert, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1008. Type of activity: interview of Terry G. Volbrecht. Date of birth: 07/28/61. Waupun Correctional Institution, Waupun, Wisconsin. Date of activity: 12:06:06. Reporting Officer Investigator Mark Wiegert. On 12:06:06, I, Investigator Wiegert of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, along with DCI Special Agent Tom Fassbender, went to the Waupun Correctional Institution to interview Terry Volbrecht. It should be noted Terry had previously sent the Calumet County District Attorney a letter dated 11/08/06. In the letter, Terry indicated he met Steven Avery while he was at the Green Bay Correctional Institution, and he had a conversation with Steven Avery. At approximately 11:20 a.m., we did meet with Terry in an interview room at the correctional institution. Terry states he was in Green Bay for 2 periods of time, the first being between 1989 and 1992, and the second being between 1997 and 2002. According to Terry, he and Steven Avery clicked because they had a commonality because both of them had claimed they were innocent. Terry states he remembers the conversation happening one day just in passing about the show Beretta. He states the reason he remembers this now is because he was discussing with another inmate old TV shows, and when the show Beretta came up, he remembered something Steven Avery had said to him. According to Terry, Steven had said to him basically the opposite of what was said on the Beretta show. Steven stated to Terry that if I'm going to do the time, I'm going to do the crime. Terry stated he thought we should know this, not that it had any bearing on the case, that it was just for our own information. Terry stated to us he was wondering why Avery would have done something like this. He stated Avery had everything going for him. I asked Terry if he remembered which time he had met Steven Avery, to which he stated he thinks it was 1989 to 1992 stint in Green Bay. I asked Terry about the second last paragraph of his letter indicating something in reference to burning a body. Terry states he remembers something getting brought up in general conversation with Avery. He said he cannot remember the specifics, but it was something in reference to burning a body to get rid of the evidence. Terry also stated Avery had mentioned having a lot of tires because he was living in a salvage yard and they burn very hot. Page 1009. Terry could not provide us with further details, and that was the end of our conversation with him. Investigation continues. Investigator Mark Wiegert, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1010. Type of activity: receipt of confidential report of laboratory findings. Date of activity: 12/06/06. Reporting Officer Investigator Mark Wiegert. On 12/06/06, I, Investigator Wiegert of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, received a copy of a confidential report of laboratory findings from the Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory. The report was dated 12/04/06. This will be a brief synopsis of the conclusions in this laboratory report. A copy of the laboratory report will be included with this report. The conclusion indicates Steven Avery is the source of DNA present in the question stain of item IY. It should be noted that item IY would be in question stain reported collected on a swab Calumet County tag 8807. It should be noted that swab would be one of the swabs which were collected from the concrete from Steven Avery's garage. The report also indicated that Charles Avery is the source of the DNA present in the reddish-brown stain of item CH. Item CH would have been one sealed manila envelope containing items with stains from couch cushion, top right, front. I did locate item CH, which would be under tag number 8432 on the Calumet County Property Custody document. Tag 8432 indicates it is a stain from couch cushion top right front from the Charles Avery residence. The laboratory report also indicates a partial DNA profile was developed from the question stain of item KH. It should be noted item KH is a questioned stain reportedly collected on swabs placed under Calumet County tag number 8876. It states that this profile is consistent with originating from a male individual. This profile is not consistent with any of the previously sent buccal swab standards given to the crime laboratory. Also included in the reports was a second confidential report of laboratory findings, also dated 12/05/06. It should be noted this would be a letter which was recovered from the Green Bay Post Office. It indicates no latent prints suitable for identification purposes were observed or developed on the aforementioned item. Investigation continues. Investigator Mark Weger, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. All right, let's go ahead and start a review on page 1001. And basically, we're talking to Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, and indeed, he says that he used the RAV4 key that was in evidence to start the RAV. And that would have been at 9:45. And then we'll scroll down to 1006. And Sergeant Tyson was in custody of the Halbach RAV4, but yet he did not sign the evidence custody for that form. With something as important as the RAV4, it's just kind of shocking. And then there's just not a lot right now that we really need to go over on this part. But on the last part here, I think this is interesting. So on page 1010, it's the receipt of confidential report of laboratory finding, and it's dated 12/06/06. And what they do is, from what I'm getting is, they're going over the pieces of concrete, and the swabs that are taken from the concrete are different swabs and so forth. This one happened to come back to a male that they could not identify to any of the buccal swab standards that were given to them previously. So it's not a Avery, it's not a Dassey. It doesn't say if it's blood. It just simply says reported stain. However, because it is identified as a profile that is consistent, states that this profile is consistent with originating from a male individual, but it is not consistent with the previously sent buccal swab, this does mean DNA. So who knows who was in the garage? I'm not sure if it was blood or what it was, but somebody was in the garage near the cement, if I'm understanding that correctly. Thank you again for joining me on today's Daily MaM reading of the CASO Investigative Reports. That was part 110.